be in there.
I will adjust it, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. So I won't get no echo. Let me put my headset in. Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there's that. Let me just edit this tweet. Yo, a person with the name like they have that in their profile, the he, she, them shit. I'm like, yo, I don't think it'd be a good idea for you to follow me on Twitter. I don't think it'd be a good idea for you. She don't know you.
They follow me. They followed you hard too.
You follow them hard.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah, how my mic sound now? Is it a little better?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it was the
Yes,
Discord.
sir.
Discord shit was low. All right, we
Oh,
good then.
that sensitivity thing on there.
Yeah.
Turn that down.
All right. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm,
Man, I was looking at my brother's profile. He's had Xbox since 2006 or something. He barely got 1,000 gold.
Yo, yo.
You barely got what?
1,000 points or whatever.
All right, perfect. So that works. Excellent.
I only beat like 2 games on Xbox, and I got like 2,000 something.
You on your phone right now?
Well, like me?
No, Lawrence.
What you say?
You on your phone right now?
Nah. I'm on my mic.
Just,
Was I breaking up?
No, you were breaking up a little bit. That's what I was kind of wondering.
Okay, I was far away from the computer. I just put myself on mute till I get back.
All right, so I did the little Discord shit. I asked everybody if they wanted to come in there, and they.
Mom, mommy, so Dad got me a burrito, but there's a lot of
Jeremy, if it
people
gets loud, are you able to like mute it?
How do I do that?
I don't know,
Okay.
man. Y'all technological people.
I'm not. I don't own a computer for a reason.
Which are you on a computer now?
No, I have a phone. I don't even buy computers no more. I'm tired of replacing them.
So you're on your phone. So let me try to pull up how Discord would look. We're about to be live in 5 minutes.
Right.
So if you're in your chat, yo, on the computer, you hear me? Yo,
I can hear you.
Nelson.
Yep.
If you go to the server with my face on there, you click onto live broadcast, it'll give you an option to mute yourself and all other stuff.
Okay.
Just so I can have a little bit of a more clean podcast. Without hearing your sons insult the people. You know he's ugly.
Yeah, my wife just got home, so.
It's cool. I love to hear your input. I just want to make sure that it's audible for everybody. People have children; they want to get away from their children to hear my
Yeah, it's impossible when they live with you.
velvet voice. Oh yeah.
Got that red solo cup. What you got in there?
Coffee.
I hear Mario in my dreams, dude.
I don't want to go to the store or go back out and get any more coffee. So I got like a fucking 20 ounce and poured half of that bitch in there for this podcast so I won't be drowsy. Anyway, so the podcast is going to be about the MLB deal, like what happened, the dangers of Gamepass, And Microsoft may be paying for Shills to push Game Pass. Low key, low key. I think that's what's going on. Did you ever peep that? Like we said that shit last time, but you ever peep how um people are just championing this shit like hardcore?
Yeah, hardcore Xbox guys. I checked. I'm friends with
I
some
don't
of
even
them
want to
too.
say. I don't even. It's not. It's people with blue check marks. You know what I'm saying? At this point, Sony needs to have Game Pass. What you mean? What's on Game Pass that's not on PlayStation? That's of worth any kind of value is the question. You know what I'm saying? People be wild with their assessments and shit like that. Like I could see if Game Pass proved itself, then I'll be like, all right, you know, I get it. You know what I mean? But there's no games, so you could say like let's say Nintendo did Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Uh, at least you could be like, yo, I know that Breath of the Wild is pretty good. I know that Zelda, whatever. I mean, that Zelda, but Mario is pretty good, so it's worth it. As a matter of fact, Game Pass would be a perfect model for Nintendo. Actually, I think it would be.
Yeah,
Nah, they don't even
Nintendo
have
got a lot of
sales.
ideas.
What do you say?
But Nintendo don't even have sales, so they wouldn't even do a Game Pass like that. Any kind of Game
Well,
Pass service like that.
they traditional
You
as
might
fuck anyway.
you
Yeah.
might get 30% off a Mario game for 3 days once every 3 years.
Shit, Mario 64 probably still
Oh
$70.
yeah, that's why they're not going to do it
Paid
because
paid 60 for
they
it.
want you to
I paid
keep.
60
Yeah.
for it.
I forgot. Oops.
Hey, so
I try.
are we on that topic right now about
No,
the
not yet. We about to jump in there.
Nah,
Okay, we just
we in the
talking.
pregame.
Got you.
Okay, so Huff is not going to be here today. He just told me. All right, cool. So we're about to begin it now. I just want to start off this podcast actually with a story of mine. You know, I like my little stories. Um, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be so vain when it comes to dating. I never thought that in my life. I don't know if it's me getting older and I'm just not putting up with the bullshit, or is it just like legitimately like it ain't the pickings were just, man, that shit bright as shit. The pickings were just slim, you know. Um, so anyway, I had a date about 2 weeks ago. The chick, she posts a picture from like all the way in the background, like distance. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really see her face. I could see the general idea, but I couldn't see her face like that, right? So I looked at it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, cool, cool. And you know, we started talking. You know, she accepted my messages to her, so we started talking. Blasey, blasey. It worked out fine. Cool, cool, cool. And then we finally meet up. You know, and when we met up, I don't know. Like I'm nearsighted, right? Like heavily nearsighted. And so when I saw her, the vision was so crazy.
What do you mean?
She's 38. I'm 36, and this bitch looked like she was 55.
Jeez.
Now I know she wasn't
Wow.
55 because of the way that she spoke. I knew she wasn't. But she told me, she said something in a passing by comment that she vapes. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Now after her body is used to fuck up, now she want to sit there. I need to quit smoking. I already knew what the deal was. But when I say that I couldn't see, I can't see well, it's because I'm nearsighted. My fucking vision became fucking 15/20 vision.
Damn, you
Bro,
need some glasses.
no.
She improved his vision.
The lower it is, the better. Her hands looked old.
Oh
And her
man.
hands are really
Uh,
telling when it comes to the age of a person or how hard
Right.
their life is that they've been living.
Right.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
it was really wrinkled. Not wrinkled like old people wrinkle, but tiny little wrinkles. And it was, and yo, Umar, yo, what's good, man? We got some topics. You can see it on the left hand side. So tiny little wrinkles, right? And it didn't look hydrated, but it didn't look ashy either. Right, chick? It just looked old. or weathered. Weathered is the word I'm looking for. It would look weathered.
Look, weather.
So I'm looking at her. I gave her a little complimentary hug, and then I noticed that her breasts, if she didn't
Oh,
have a bra on, it would have went down to her crotch.
Oh man.
you could tell that from the
Bro, my vision was going
from
crazy. You
the
could
hug
tell
from the hug.
because of the shirt that she was wearing. It was like a low cut.
Yeah,
And like instead
Yeah.
of it being perky, you know, like you have like that. What do you call it? That cat's smile that you can draw like the you know what I'm saying? The line with
yeah,
the two
yeah.
little.
Yeah.
It was just a line and it was flat.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
So
Yeah.
Oh man, her
so,
titties on run
so
flats right now.
bro, I'm like,
Oh,
the funny thing is she didn't even have children in her life. I would have been totally
oh,
understandable if she had kids, and it would have made sense out
Yeah.
of the whole story, and it would have put some perspective in it. You know what I mean? Some context. But I'm like, what the fuck happened? And it was flat. She had like if she had real titties, like big ones, her shit would have been like ease. But there was nothing, no fat to hold them shits up, and you could see lines of dryness that like the weight of her
oh
titties
my
was like
God.
dragging. You could see like the lines squeezing together, like converging together as
Wait.
they
What
what?
He
if?
said if she had real titties, like her
Wait.
titty
Wait.
wasn't real.
Wait. What if she used
What
to
the
be
fuck?
like fat and she
She she
lost weight
she
dramatically?
was she was, but I know people that was like that. Even if you took that theory, even if you took the theory and said that okay, she's fat, right? She was fat and she lost weight. Why did you let yourself go like that? You know, she's at the age now when she's just like, fuck it, fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
had my fun. I want to settle down. I found a whole bunch of shitty people. And then, I always like to kind of dig into her past a little bit, which I probably shouldn't be doing. This white chick, like I said before, she's messing with fucking Jamaicans. And she said that he had mental issues and shit. So I'm like, oh, he beat your ass, basically. In my head, I'm saying this. So she
Hmm.
found some thug ass nigga that was super jealous, and he beat her ass, and then something happened, and then I just found out like little by little by little by little like shit that was going on with her, and I'm sorry I ghosted her. I ghosted her. The thing that made me ghost her was not her. Yo, Glorious. The thing that made me ghost her wasn't the looks per se. She just had nothing interesting to say, and I finally understood. Finally, why I was like uninterested, disinterested in dating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, or just being in a relationship in general. Because it's like, I told her I do a podcast, right? And immediately somebody would be like, "Oh shit, what kind of podcast you doing?" Right? That's what you would have thought, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
She says she hit me with that okie doke. Oh, that's cool, and left it like that, which means that she wasn't
Yeah,
interested,
yeah.
which means that she's self-centered. You know what I'm saying? But not
Hmm.
only that, but she was so aching to speak to me. And when we finally talked or spoke, then she
She
was
had
like,
nothing to say.
"Hi," like the whole Joker from the Dark Knight. Hi,
Yeah,
nothing else. And
yeah.
I'm thinking to myself like, what did you want? Can you video chat? Can you video chat? Can you video chat? Right? Which I already know. Like I swear, women think that we're fucking retarded. She wanted to video chat because I was kind of slowing down on the talking to see if it was another bitch at the house.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
You're not fucking.
Hmm.
You're not slick. Stop it. So that's what was going on with this situation. So I ghosted her because I remember one time I said I was going to do a podcast last week, right? And she was like, "Oh, she just randomly just called me on a shit." So I was like, "You meant to call?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't even use this shit." So anyway, I go in there, fine, whatever. We go in there, and she goes and she's like, um, "What the fuck did she say?" She goes in there, and I had to video chat her to make her feel comfortable because she beat herself up in her life, right? And now
Yeah.
she's insecure about her shit. But then she doesn't want another guy to be, or she don't want a guy looking at nobody else. But at the same time, she fucked her body up. You know what I'm saying? So I did the video chat thing. I'm laying down. She was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "What was you doing?" I was like, "I was actually trying to catch a couple Z's." She was like, "Oh, I thought you were doing a podcast." I was like, "No, that's later, a little bit later. I want to be awake for the podcast." She was like, "Oh, because I was going to say that I don't even look like a podcast." Now you questioning me. Now I got a problem. I never made
Mm.
anything official, and then she kept tiptoeing around. she kept trying to make the shit PG. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't want to talk about sex, but I knew that she wanted the shit. And in this day and age of cancel culture and all the other bullshit, I'm like, yo, you gotta say yes off the rip, cause I ain't fucking with you. And you white too, and I'm black. Oh no, la 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 la, la. So anyway, we gonna start the topics, yo. So let's do a round. Let's Tay, what games have you been playing lately?
I've been playing Outrider, and it's a
What?
struggle right now.
Yeah.
And what makes it so bad, I like the game, but the fucking server need a lot of
Nigga, your internet need work.
huh?
You're at home now, aren't you?
No, it's not my internet.
Nah,
If you
I'm
go
fucking.
to Outriders, if
I'm
you go
fucking.
to
I'm fucking
Outriders,
with him. I'm fucking with him.
yeah.
You know, I'm fucking with him.
You driving today?
What you say?
Huh?
I was asking you if you were driving. You driving today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, you didn't get to go home on.
But okay. So Outrider. Okay. Lawrence, Magnificent Black. What you playing? I mean, I already know.
Oh man, you already know, bro. I'm in the same struggle as Tay, and yeah, I can agree, man. The game is good. The game itself, the gameplay loop is really good, but oh man, them going with the decision to make the game online only is like it tanked the whole experience, bro. It's just they fucked up with that. So if they could get their servers working, then they got a good game on their hands. But
So
I got to include the shitty servers into the score, bro. It's like that brings it down a lot.
Yo,
You know what I'm
Mark
saying?
said trash riders.
Trash rats.
Yo, but I have a question for you. So I was spying on you, yo, like low key.
What?
Uh,
What you mean?
I saw your name in Discord. 'Cause I don't really go into Discord, but when I was like messaging you, I wasn't
Yeah.
literally spying on you, but like when I was on Discord, I saw your name in the shit, right? And I'm thinking, yo, if the servers are not working, then what are you doing in the game? Is there a single player campaign?
Nah. So I'm basically waiting at the goddamn like say if I'll be on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, and then I'll be trying to troubleshoot it. So it'll say that I'm playing the game even if I'm idle at the front screen.
Just like I told that
So
bitch. Just like I told that bitch. It's not you, it's me. In this case, it's not you, it's them. I don't know what you're troubleshooting. This shit's unanimous.
Yeah, trying to get through it. I'm trying DX11 over DX12.
Yo, y'all
all
some
that dumb
patient
shit, bro.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, is the game that good? That's why I'm like at the
Oh, it's
screen
that
waiting
good.
for it to
Okay,
start up
okay.
again.
He waiting
Yeah,
at the
I
gate.
like the game.
He
Some
waiting at
people
the
ain't
gate.
gonna like it, but like I like looter shooters, bro. So this is like I'm getting into this. I'm like they don't really do the loot really good, and the actual gameplay itself is good, but the powers and shit,
I already know
it's
what
pretty
this.
addictive though.
I already
Once you
know
get
what this
into
shit
it.
is. I already know what it is. That's that MMO mentality. That itch.
Yeah,
That itch
it's
is like
ridiculous.
it's like in a lower
I'm losing
in
sleep.
a lower middle
Yeah,
part of your back, yo.
yeah, man.
That shit been itching. No,
I'm with the sleep thing Outriders. I woke up Outriders. Yeah, I'm on that shit right now. It's like crack, right? I know what that's like. I'm saying, but
nigga,
yeah.
you black though. You gotta tread carefully, nigga. Nelson Gaming. What have you
Yeah.
been playing?
No, I hate to admit it, but I bought MLB The Show 2020 the other day before this shit happened.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean,
It was $5. I get it every few years because like I don't care about roster. They don't change it that much, and I play it a little bit here and there. It's like $5. Like you know what I mean? It's a sports title. Like I don't even fuck with Madden no more. I'll plug in PS2 and play 2K5. I'll play Tecmo Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck.
well, he's white.
They're
So
Oh,
trash.
you bought last year. Okay.
He's white.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's white, so he likes baseball. It's cool.
I really don't
I'm
want.
sorry.
It's the best sports game I think as far as it being done.
Is,
You know, and then
it
I'm
is done well. It is done. It's done well. But you know what the funny thing is? So let's talk about the MLB deal since we are on it, right? Ooh, that was a nice little segue. Look at me getting better at this shit. Anyway.
I see you. Stepping it up. You know what I mean?
So looking at MLB, and you mentioned, why was I going to say Marvel? You mentioned Madden, and you remember Madden back in like the early 2000s, late 1990s. It was hot. It was hot. 2K, what? Nobody cared about that shit. Nobody cared about basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Madden after Madden after Madden was hot, and then somewhere it just died. And I'm gonna ask you guys, like, why did that game die? Because maybe it's pertinent to this shit.
Well, 2K was superior to Madden in a lot of ways, and it was half
NFL 2K
price.
was a shit.
It was way better than fucking Madden. It was half
Yeah.
price too. That's why they bought the
Yeah,
license.
most
Because they
people
were like, we
preferred
can't fuck with
NFL
these dudes.
2K. Yeah, then that's why 2K died out because they lost the license, bro. But
They got all the
2K
modes from Madden from 2K.
Yo, so
Oh, you talking about football?
yeah, football.
Yeah.
So you wanna know something too? So Thrash had a podcast. I jumped in there, right? You know, shout out to Thrash, King Thrash. And there was this one guy. He kept saying that Sony doesn't need MLB because they created the show and it was successful. And I'm like, I don't think you get it. Like,
Nobody wants to play with Pete Dingling. You know what I mean?
but
That's their
but
that's
need
their
that
cash
license.
cow for
here's the
Sony,
thing.
bro.
What Sony needs to do, because all those years, San Diego Studios have actually cultivated the game. And no, they can't use the MLB license, but the Japanese is known to like baseball a lot. They just need to make like an anime fucking baseball game. You know what I'm saying? And make that shit like Blitz.
Oh yeah, that shit was tight too.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't use the license. But the guy was like, you don't need it, nigga. I mentioned this shit in that podcast, right? I said, if you ever played Infamous Second Son and you look at the splash screens, Infamous and Sucker Punch, the Space Needles trademark is in there. You need the rights to put shit in virtual spaces nowadays because of how greedy niggas are. So you can't even use the stadiums. So you gotta have a knockoff stadium, knockoff players. You know what I'm saying? Knockoff names. None of that's usable to you anymore. Right. So that being said, here's what I think happened. We all know that something went wrong with the deal. One thing that a lot of people don't know is that fucking and Nelson Gaiman has enlightened me on this too, and so did Jemiah. They only sold like 1.5 million, really roughly a year. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about this for the last one.
This is MLB the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You talking about for MLB the past
This was,
couple
I
ones?
think this is they were the highest a year. These last couple of years were the highest sales, and people need to understand that. I don't think they get the NBA 2K. I don't think they understand that game not only with the microtransactions, but that game sells that in like a week, like some dumb fucking number, right? And of course, the MLB association or whatever the fuck, the league is seeing this. They translate that to being multi-platform. That's the reason why it sells so much, right? And Thrash made a good note that it sells that much. I mean, but the MLB doesn't know how the gaming industry works. They have no clue. And I think they approached Sony. It was like, if you want to keep this shit exclusive because we want growth, you're going to have to pay a couple $billion. Billion. Not just like 100 million or 500 million, a couple billion. And Sony was like, okay, last year it was probably about like 40 million that we had to pay, and now you want a couple billion? Nah, nigga. I mean, I'll continue to make the games because they probably outweighed it. They probably was like, okay, on a PC, if it's released on PC and if it's released on another console, then you'll see San Diego Studios and PlayStation Studios, right? One of the two.
Right.
It'll give some leverage to show how much quality we have, so we'll let it slide, right? But then there was some sort of stipulation, right? That Microsoft was like this. In order for you to put a game on on our platform, you may need to put the game on Gamepass or eventually put it on Gamepass. And Sony was like, absolutely not. I'm not publishing this shit, and I'm not following these fucking rules either, right? So something must have happened at that in between those steps, then like what happens now and what happened at that point. I think that, and I'm going to touch up on that, Umar. I think that Microsoft went to MLB was like, yo, you don't understand. we can put this game in a whole bunch of people's hands. And look at the microtransactions of these other leagues, right? And associations. That's where you get the money from. If we could just put it in everyone's hands, then they will spend a lot of money on the microtransactions. So, you know what I mean? You got MLB doing a whole Denzel Washington beard rub. You know what I'm saying? So you got that shit going on. And then they created a deal. Now, this is probably under Sony, and Sony didn't really pay attention or think about what was going on, or maybe didn't assess the risks of this shit or really understand the fallout of this. Regardless of the matter, they released it, the information, and it will be on Game Pass day and date, which looks horrible. So this puts Sony in a bad spot. Either put Game Pass on the console, it makes you look like a fool for saying that the Game Pass model doesn't work, which we all know it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And then it's your own fucking game, you know? So, and what are they going to do? Tay, what do you think they're going to do in this case? Because this is definitely something went wrong. Something went wrong here.
I don't know, but I do think that Thrash was under something. I don't think Sony wanted to put that bit Game Pass. I think they wanted to sell it like like the regular games they've been selling. And MLB probably did step in and was like, "Hey, it's been a while since we've been on multiple platforms. We might need to do this to give them some incentive, you know, to actually fucking play the fucking game, and then we'll just get their money on fucking micro." That's what I think that happened.
What do you think is going to happen in the future, though? Next year? Because I'm under the impression.
I don't think it.
I think that Sony,
I
because
think
of the optics, they're going to drop the license. It's not worth it.
no, I don't think they're going to drop it. I think this is like the only year that it's going to be in Game Pass, just because it's finally coming back to multiple platforms. And then every other game after this will be, you know, a regular go out and buy it.
This is Microsoft on a spree, like they did with fucking Mixer. This is exactly what this is. Like they did on Mixer, right? And going crazy, purchasing all this money and trying to buy people like they did with Ninja for Mixer. And the numbers are going to finally show itself to be, you know, fudged, so to speak.
Probably just for no, I wouldn't say that. I would say just by this one being the only one that's going to be in Game Pass for this, you know, for it's coming out from multiple platforms. I think this is the only year that it's going to be in there, and their sales. I mean, numbers wise, for this one, yes, it probably is going to be small, but they're going to make that money back in microtransactions.
So I think that they're going to literally. I don't think they're going to do it. What about you, Magnificent? What do you think is going to happen?
My bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So in terms of what's gonna happen, what do you mean by what's gonna happen?
Next year. What the
If Sony
ramifications of what's going on?
continue to
Whether
make it.
whether or not it's gonna go
By
to
the
Game
way,
Pass
by the
again?
way, demonic deadbeat. I see what you're saying, and guess what? As long as you don't say nothing racial, you're good with me. Your opinion is open. If you think that that's going to
Mm-hmm.
bother me, stating that Game Pass is the future and PlayStation is dead, go right ahead and say what you need to say. That's okay. Just don't say nothing racist. You can say whatever you need to say. All right, continue. Magnificent.
Yeah, man. I mean, bruh. I mean, first I just want to go back to. I don't think that Sony knew about everything. Like this is business. They're not gonna spring that on them or anything like that. That's something that they're gonna have in the plans. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely knew about it beforehand. You know what I'm saying? And all of this business with them changing the studios, the PlayStation studios and such, they've been prepping us for that news for a long time now. It's been building up to this. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I'm not affected by this because I'm not a really big baseball fan and I haven't supported the game in the past. I've been worried about Sony as a whole with everything that's going on in terms of how they're doing business and the lack of communication for a while now. But this really is just bad optically. But I'm pretty sure that they calculated that in, and they think that they want the money. So it's on them, man. I ain't worried about them as a corporation. For a while, they were looking really scary as a company as a whole, like Sony itself. But I think they're in a good position now. So I hope they don't fuck up, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yo, Jemiah, what's
That's what I
going
gotta say
on?
about it.
So my whole thing is this, right? Um, Here's my thing. I'm sorry, Nelson Gaming.
Yep.
What you think about what's going on? I know we talked about this yesterday a little bit, a lot of it.
Well, in reality, everyone's making more money, and there's not a whole lot they can do about it. You think they only sell 1 million on PlayStation, but that's one of the few things they can get microtransactions for. And if it's anything like, I never buy them, so I don't look. I don't. But like NBA 2K, they just drain that shit. You know what I mean? They drain money after that, and they don't have to cut in MLB for their platform, and that's where most people play.
Yeah. So whatever they
And
that's
MLB,
that's the thing. MLB publishing it. I don't think Sony gets much money from the Xbox side of things. Not because of Game Pass, but in
on the
general.
Xbox side, they got paid to make the game, so the studio gets paid, but they don't get any of the, you know what I mean, the sales and shit.
Right. A lot of backroom deals is probably going on, and I think corporations understand at this point that I think when it comes to corporations, they know that people are extremely forgetful, extremely forgetful. I think Jemiah said this shit too. Jemiah was like, "Yo, I bet you they'd drop the fucking God of War thing. People completely forget about this shit because ultimately the noisiest fucking people mean nothing." Now there are going to be some people, and then there's risk reward calculations as well. But I still think because of the optics, I don't think that they're going to keep this fucking deal anymore. I don't. I really don't. I don't think they're going to keep it because I don't think they make enough with the. They don't. They are the least pervasive when it comes to microtransactions than any sports game. I just don't. They're okay. So 2K and Madden just rapes the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm kind of noticing here. They don't get the money, you know. Um, but whatever happened with this situation, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there was some sort of contingency along with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there was some sort of contingency. I don't think that they liked what happened and how it was broken down like this. Yeah, but it's funny though. Sony always has to be the one that has to do something. It's always dire, despite the record sales that the Sony has. It's always dire. Sony needs to do something right now, and Nintendo can just do whatever the fuck they want, such as what do you call it? Just cancel a fucking game, just for no reason. I don't want to make the games anymore. You better buy it today, or else you ain't gonna ever get that shit again until we make another high price variant, and whatever the case is. So there's that, right? Um, Sony, the second that they close down stores that is 15 years plus old, that nobody fucking touched their PlayStations, most likely for at least downloaded the store in the game for about like 7, 8 years. All of a sudden, game preservation, which is another issue. Moving on to our next thing, right? The dangers of Game Pass, right? Game preservation. Everybody keeps talking about these. See these buzzwords. I said this shit before. In social media, people always want to find a buzzword. It makes it easier for people to latch on to an idea, right? Now it's game preservation and how Sony is destroying their legacy by closing down the stores. But game preservation, you know what I'm saying? How you don't own your games, but game preservation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? What is this? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Tay, when it comes to Game Pass, lucrative or not lucrative?
For me, or me as me as a consumer?
In general, what do you see with your own optics as it being lucrative or not lucrative?
As of right now, no, it is not loot. Especially for a person like me that fucking has physical all over the fucking place between multiple fucking consoles throughout my fucking gaming life. So I mean, most of the games that's on there that I had on 360, I still have along with my 360. So Game Pass is not something that I see myself in, but I do see later down the line could become how therefore the titles start coming out and being worth something. Because as of right now, they're not. Uh,
Right.
but if they do start coming out and being worth something, people actually want to go out and go and purchase, get Game Pass for, then I can see it can vary down the line.
What about you, Lawrence? Lucrative or not lucrative? Game Pass.
Right now, just based off of I sent you an article. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? Based off of July, when Aaron Greenberg spoke, I think it was Aaron Greenberg who spoke with the that news outlet.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it's not profitable right now. So I mean that it was some time ago and it has grown since then, but I don't think that these few months have changed much in terms of it being profitable or not. So it could be they're gonna have to raise the prices, of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not my type of service. I mean, I won't see myself getting into it until they get like the day one AAA games in there, like they promised. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it could be lucrative. I think it can, but at the current price point, I don't think so.
I think it can be lucrative too, but only
Hmm.
within. It can only be lucrative, right? Um, with a certain type of game. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that being said, Nelson Gaming, lucrative or not lucrative?
So it's a service. You lose your ass for a long time until you get your bases up high enough, and they got Bethesda they got to pay for now. I mean, their studio's expenses just tripled. That's coming out of their ass eventually.
Yeah, but they
Hmm.
have a lot of money.
They ain't gonna do dollar deals. They can bleed money for a decade if they want, but I mean, eventually you're gonna get the D. They ain't gonna be a discount all forever. You know what I mean? Once they get you pinned in, and they're trying to kill gold. They have to kill gold. They're getting kind of desperate, I think, because this is taking too long. With all the computers and Xboxes in the world for $1, I don't know how the hell they're not at 50 million right now or 100 million. It's $1. They got more gold members. Doesn't make sense.
Because what makes people ride on gold is third party. And what this issue is, right, is content. It's poor content. It's poor
But there's no
content.
content on
That's
gold, and it's cheaper to Game Pass
no, no, no.
for
But you
you know.
need gold to play online. That's what I mean.
But it
So,
comes, but it comes with Game Pass. You know.
no,
There's
you gotta
two.
get
If you
ultimate.
get Game Pass Ultimate, yeah. If you get Game
Yeah.
Pass Ultimate, then
You ain't getting the dollar. That's not
you
the
get
dollar
gold.
one. That ain't the dollar one.
Yeah, the dollar one you just get Game Pass. Get no Ultimate in there to have your own live.
You're breaking up really bad. I can hear you, but I don't know what's going on with your signal.
There's,
Hmm?
hold on, hold on. Let me check this. I might got a yellow bar. No, that should be good. It might be just be my mic. How I sound now?
You sound good. Continue to talk.
Yeah, it might have just been my mic. But when you get Game Pass, get the dollar Game Pass, you don't have all the that Gold has that Ultimate has. You only have this whatever's fucking Game Pass. You get the EA access along with and the whatever else they have with that. You don't have gold. You have to have your own gold in order to play the dollar one.
Yeah. So if you want to play multiplayer, you have to buy either the ultimate or you have to buy live. You know, and that's why Microsoft wanted so desperately for everybody to not get live and get the Game Pass Ultimate. They wanted that so bad, and it didn't work. So I would never trust a company that would double the fucking price. It wasn't even like they blatantly wanted to make it look like fucking Xbox Live was like obsolete. That was such an
Yeah,
underhanded tactic.
Well, they took the games away, and that still didn't chase people out of there. So they're yeah, because they used to give some decent games out. Now they just give you a big kick in the ass, and that wasn't working. So they gotta.
Hey, see, this
I
is what
didn't
I
think.
believe.
I
I
mean,
believe that
they still give you games.
Yeah,
yeah,
have you seen
but
the games?
Yeah.
Never fucking heard of any of them in the last 2.5 years. I haven't claimed one of them. Ain't worth going over and clicking on. Never, don't even know what it is.
you know the funny
Some
thing
shitty
is,
game from Xbox
you know,
original.
you know the funny thing is, Mystic Ryan, that YouTuber, this motherfucker
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's a big oof. That's a big oof. You know, that is on this and this and this. So you talk about the whole MLB shit. And then he goes on to say, he's been doing this shit for like a year and a half, right? And I used to like him. You know, he had some pretty good content and stuff. And he was fairly neutral for a PlayStation-centric place. But then he started like riding on like Microsoft's dick hardcore. Oh, you know, Sony needs to really do better with their plus because it's just the games are just really bad. And at first, I was like, okay, so they do need to do better. You know what I'm saying? And then Sony started to do better, right? I mean, for God's sakes, you got Final Fantasy, a fucking AAA fucking game. You know what I'm saying? So now the narrative has changed. Oh, they need to have, and he doesn't even complain about the live ones. You know what I'm saying? He complains about only the PlayStation ones, which is like super annoying, right? So you got that shit going on, right? Which is irritating. You know, I'm not saying he's a shill or anything like that, but it's still fucking irritating when you read the shit. It's like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Let's give this shit a break. You know, but anyway, I spoke to somebody because I was like, yo, he's been on that bullshit. They was like, oh, what do you mean? Sony does need to do better. I'm like, he's not biased. I'm like, yo, he glorifies every little thing that Microsoft does and doesn't mention any of the side effects. You know what I'm saying? Like he was shitting on Microsoft or Sony for game preservation and the digital variant of PlayStation 5 because you don't get locked into digital stores and stuff like that, but then you champion Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? And it's just very irritating. So here's the dangers of Game Pass, right? If you have y'all guys know what a fucking budget is, right? And that's a loaded question, obviously.
Yeah.
You calculate everything that you do, right? Depending on how much money that you make. That's essentially what a budget is. And you kind of see into the future typically, especially when it comes to this. So if a game is going to cost like 400, because it was 200 million to make God of War, right? So I'm pretty sure it gets doubled. Let's say 300 million. And you want to make a couple of these $300 million games, and you're not even guaranteed this shit is going to succeed. You know what I mean? It could have been a whole fucking waste. You know. So now you don't want to make that many. You just want to kind of budget just enough, and then you look at the forecast of how well your company is doing if it was a subscription service, right? So you kind of look at this shit and you're like, I project that this is going to happen just based off of this. So that being said, I don't want to allot that much more, you know what I'm saying, to the games because we may not hit targets or maybe we may hit targets. I don't want to push it. So what happens is you limit the games that you have, right? You limit the budget, which means that if the budget is smaller, especially when the budgets are inflating at this point, your games are not going to look as pretty, right? Or they're going to be very short. Or they're going to have a lot of microtransactions. As a catalyst, you're gonna have to do something to get your money back. That's what will morph for this. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to push it. Because they're not going to continue to bleed fucking money. What's his name? Phil Spencer is on borrowed time. He's doing everything in his fucking power because he got a checkbook at this point. He's doing everything in his fucking power to make this work. Now you gotta think about like what ended up happening back in the Xbox One early days. They were canceling studios, right? They were canceling games, closing studios. Why was that? And then all of a sudden go on.
Was that Terry Myers?
Who the hell was that?
Who was in charge of Microsoft for Sports IT?
Oh no, well,
I just said a name the other day. It started with an M.
Yeah, he was trying.
Mm,
Yeah, that dude was trying to sell Microsoft. We're trying to get rid of it during that time.
So what did
That's why they were selling off and canceling a lot of shit.
what did Phil Spencer do on a clearly failing platform? What did he do to make them keep it and to open up their checkbooks? Because what he was
I
doing
don't.
clearly
I
wasn't
guess.
fucking working, and all of a sudden
I guess.
there was
I
no.
guess with the.
Give me just one
With
second.
I guess with the.
One
Okay,
second.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Clearly, right? What they were doing at that time wasn't yielding any results or projected to yield any results. So that being said, right? What the fuck did Phil Spencer do?
I guess what this vision is right now, Game Pass shit going day and date every
But you have to,
in here.
but you have to believe. You have to show proof that it could work. There is no proof. There has to be a fail-safe with these particular plans.
I mean, you can't show proof until it actually can get projected of
You keep
how
breaking up
if
so
everything
bad,
will
yo. I
work.
don't know why you breaking up so
I
bad.
said, I said, you can give projected, projected numbers and give proof until it actually comes out.
Yeah, but every subscription services is losing money, and people that tried gaming anything it didn't succeed in terms of subscription service. What was the
Well,
fail?
then it might. I mean, he's probably still with it because I guess the number of subscriptions are still going up instead of
There were no
stalemating or going
subscriptions.
down.
There were no subscriptions, and there was no
No,
growth.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about right now
He
because
gave,
you
but
wouldn't have prescription
it,
numbers then until now.
but here's the thing: it was stagnant for a while. It was stagnant for a while, and then all of a sudden he started buying all these other studios, broken ass studios might add. You know what I'm saying? He was buying studios that were, you know, that were on the verge of being sold off of whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
So again, the question still remains: what did he do? Because it was came out of nowhere that Nadella just was like, "Here you go. Here's a check." Something, and especially when it comes to business, and the fact that the fucking CEO is Indian, they all about that fucking money. They ain't playing around. Something that he did, whatever plan that he laid out, had to be almost infallible. Nelson, what do you think they did?
I have no idea. I mean, I've known they were gonna try and kill gold because they have to get that contingency plan away from them because they're gonna want to jack up them prices. They can bleed money, but they don't want to just give the shit away and lose money. They don't.
No, but you have to do it. There's always you like even Disney Plus. There's
I know, but you have to get rid of that scapegoat. I mean, they're trying really hard.
yeah,
That's why they're
they're
trying to
trying
push.
extra hard. So they're doing everything in their power. So whatever check that I don't think they gave him a blank check, but I think that they gave him a shit ton of money. You know what I'm saying? Probably something like $20 billion to do what you need to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And if that shit doesn't work, you just don't give money for free. Like you have credit checks when you go to a bank and you want to buy a car or whatever the case is. They don't that doesn't work that way. And throwing that much money around. What about you, Magnificent Black? What do you think that? What was the thing that he did?
Thing that who did?
This nigga's playing.
My bad. A
fucking
little
out,
distracted
man.
today, bro.
Lord Jesus.
A little distracted today. My bad, G. What's good?
What did
Who we talking about?
Phil Spencer? What did Phil Spencer do to make Nadella actually go with the plan? Because I'm gonna give you a recap. When this shit started, they were closing shit left and right and canceling titles,
Right.
which was under another CEO. You get this Nadella dude, and all of a sudden they start buying Bethesdas and shit without any type of proof that it was growing or enough of it that was growing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They still haven't
I mean,
produced. They still haven't produced a game yet. You know what I'm saying? A big enough game. They still haven't. And remember, Phil Spencer was like, yo, nobody buys single player games anymore. And to God of War, Mario, and everything else proved them wrong. Then he went to do that whole fake ass clap. Congratulations, right? He doesn't.
Yeah.
His mind is like, yo, I don't want single player games to succeed. Period. Because it's going to undermine what I'm trying to do, which is the subscription service. That being said, what did Phil Spencer do to? What did he promise to make this shit work?
I mean,
Lots of Fortnites, being able to
Mhm.
charge people over years and years and years of time and not have to put much into the game.
You're not looking at the bigger picture. Go on.
I mean, as far as he brought the actual console or the Xbox itself back into the market that Microsoft, they based off of subscription models. That's their bread and butter. So I think creating Game Pass brings it more in the line of what Satya is trying to do. They want that passive income. They want the money to just come in
They
monthly.
already had they
You know what
already
I'm saying?
had Xbox Live though, so that's the thing.
Yeah, but was Xbox Live enough? Because it couldn't be if there were talks about this shit getting shut down.
Yeah, but
Xbox
that
Live,
was under
they
another
only had so
CEO.
many users.
Right, that was under CEO, and I think it
Right,
either stayed stagnant or it wasn't growing.
right.
And then they had to copy what Sony was doing because Sony was offering their online services with their games. So that took money away as well. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You think that you have a subscription service and that was cool. There is something else that Microsoft has done, or Phil Spencer has done. He did something specific that will promise they will get their money back, even if it failed. Whatever contingency he did, personally, you want to know what I think? What he did?
Yeah, don't leave us in suspense. Go ahead.
I honestly think that Phil Spencer got on his knees and sucked the skin off his dick.
Oh my God! I knew you was gonna go somewhere with
Get the
that.
fuck out
I
of here,
knew he
man.
was gonna go there.
He did this
I
shit
knew this
repeatedly for
motherfucker
a
was gonna say
year
that.
and 10 months. And then they gave him the check. No, no. What I
This
think,
Come on,
motherfucker
man.
stupid.
and probably a little bit of both, is that, and then here's what I think he ended up doing. Right? I think he promised him if I'm telling you, I think he promised him if this fails, we will become a publisher and still make the fucking money. If you look at the moves that Microsoft has done, they captured Bethesda, which is known, right? Known to be microtransaction laced, right? Known to not update their shit. They're known to save money as much as they possibly could. They got smaller studios so it could fill the spaces in between what the actual big hitters at Bethesda was going to do. So you got these little things that give the illusion that they're doing so much big and bad and shit like that, right? And then you have the actual big hitters, right? The Starfields, you know what I'm saying? The Elder Scrolls. And I'ma guarantee you, them bitches are gonna be fucking laced, but none of those games are ready yet. So now they gotta foot the bill, right? They gotta foot the bill to pay for third party to put their games on Game Pass. Some of them, because not all of them are doing it, and everybody knows they don't get enough money on Game Pass. You got fucking Disney Plus raising the price already. Already. I don't give a fuck if it's $1 or not. None of these subscription services work and making a lot of money. Netflix is the only one that is making some sort of metamorphosis. And then Disney's already starting where Netflix is left off. They have nothing but original content. So they pay no one but themselves. But in order to keep the servers and everything like that running, they got to pay a certain amount of money, and you need a certain amount of subscribers to do it. So now they got 100 million subscribers, right? Problem is
200.
No, they don't got no damn 200, dude.
Netflix?
No.
204.
No, not Netflix. It's
Disney Plus.
Y'all want to know how they got there? Y'all want to know how they got there? They are teamed with a couple of cell phone companies and Verizon Fios TV service. It's built in. So that's how they're inflating their numbers. The same thing that Microsoft is doing. Putting it on chips, putting it on ads, putting it on soda, putting it in my porno banners. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And again, if you make something, okay, so for instance, right, they pulling that whole Milli Vanilli. And I know that shit's old. People don't know what the fuck that is. But I know Tay does, you old ass nigga. Milli Vanilli, right? These people didn't even, look at this dude, fucking digital ass. I can't hear you.
He's singing, but he biting at the same time. That's
That nigga saying,
Yo,
I think he said, "Girl, you know it's true." I think that's what
I
he
might
said.
get it.
can't hear you. That nigga we can't hear you.
I got you to say, "Girl, you know it's true."
No, you forgot.
Ooh,
You
ooh,
forgot.
When
ooh,
it's
I love you.
when it was gonna start the record skip, and all it said was "Girl, you know it's
Girl,
girl, you
you
You know
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 what
it's
it's
I'm
girl,
girl,"
you
and the
know
saying?
it's
motherfucker
girl,
ran off
you know
stage.
it's
That's the remix right there. That's all it was. It was just the remix,
Yo, so
dog.
I'm gonna
That
tell
was
you
No,
right
nobody
that's what
now.
making
happened live on
that.
stage.
The story
Yeah, I
is
know
They was
about
in
that.
Atlanta, yo.
we all the same. We all
Yeah,
the
I
same. We're
remember
around the
that.
same age. Now here's the thing, right?
I was
Here's
just
the
joking
thing,
around.
right?
That was just...
Here's the thing.
yeah.
They got a PR system going on. They found some attractive dudes, right? That barely spoke English. And they got different singers. This is not the first time they've done this. They got different singers, right? And they pretended to be that, to give that whole illusion. And that's what's going on with these subscription services. You know what I'm saying? They make it look all lucrative and all this other shit, right? I think the only subscription services that really make money like crazy is fucking Crunchyroll and Amniplex. These anime fucking places. You know what I mean? Because it's all original content. And the way that they distribute the stuff along with advertisements and stuff like that. It's really, you need the advertisements together to make that shit work. But bottom line, these niggas owe a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. All of them do. And that's the problem. I feel like if it failed, right? Phil Spencer is like, yo, we can still be a publisher, right? We can still, be the oversight of these games. Some cell phone games, some Japanese games, some, the big Elder Scrolls games. We'll still make money and make our money back in general. But we
I see
really,
what you're
you know what I'm
saying.
saying? So if it does
Yeah, I see what you're
fail,
saying. So in case they do get rid of
Game Pass, which it will happen. Game Pass is going to flop, for sure. For sure, it will flop. He's on borrowed time. I believe Phil Spencer got a year to make this shit work, and there better be some damn good growth. If they turned out right, it's at 18 million. If that shit's at 23 million,
18 million used. How many are trials?
and that doesn't matter. If that shit at the end of the day, 18 or 23 million trials, users, whatever the fuck you call it, this was a huge bust, and that Nadella is gonna be like, nope. Keep what you have. Let all these titles run out. Keep what you have, and it's gonna fade. It's gonna fade off, and nobody's gonna fucking remember that shit. Cause guess what? People need to understand. See, Microsoft is selling you a promise. Is what they're doing. They're selling you a promise, and people seem to not understand that.
That's facts.
Where the
Yo.
where the fuck are the games? You get all
Oh
these
man, that's
people.
so facts. I just thought about why are the games so fucking far out, bro?
They're
The
so far
games are
out. They're
far
so
out,
far
bro.
out because they're trying to make a
They're
model for this shit to
waiting,
work.
bro. That they should have had some games in the pipeline, bro. If they were
In
really serious about staying
2017,
into the game, bro.
it is 2021, and you just showed little
Yes.
fucking games, bleeding edge and bullshit, which is going to have me segue into my last thing. Again, Microsoft has been paying people to say good things. I guarantee it. Has been saying things or been paying people to say things good. These blue check marks, right? You wouldn't know how I know. I screenshotted something, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And let me just paint this fucking picture for you. That's Paris. I needed the. Okay, so this is real talk, right? IGN published, right? A leaked document revealed that Amazon recruited a Twitter army to defend a company and Jeff Bezos for Amazon. You want to know something? Yo, they make a lot of fucking money. Why do you need a Twitter army? Why do you need a Twitter army? You know what I'm saying?
Continue to promote your shit.
No, they need a Twitter army to one give the illusion that everything's okay because this is all about optics and illusions. That's why they need a Twitter army, right? Number one, number two, PR is the weapon of companies. If you can get people to seemingly a group of people that are allowed to seemingly just keep spewing out shit, people follow that shit like fucking sheep right off a fucking cliff. Right off a fucking cliff. You remember how a while ago we had that conversation about you hear something enough, eventually you start believing it? What do you
Yeah.
see on what do
Yeah.
you see on Twitter? Now everybody forgot the narrative of owning their games. Now it's all about Game Pass, but you own nothing. And those games don't stay online. I guarantee you that MLB is gonna be there for a month and then disappear and then get off of the fucking Game Pass. But the optics are very important. You know what I mean? There's already historically proven that there's certain things that people play on Xbox that's the only things they play. Other things
Hey,
that
you
they
know
do
what's funny, bro, about the game preservation argument, bro? Is like these fools they don't want to own their games, but they care about the back of pad, bro. Which don't make sense. You care about how you care about game preservation, but you don't care about owning your games. So if these services go down, they don't have shit to play if they care about game preservation, because they obviously don't got the physical copies of the game if they care about Game Pass.
no, nope.
So
What about you,
it's
Nelson? What you think about this shit? Microsoft shilling for this.
Specifically, what?
Microsoft shilling for this shit.
Oh, well, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, well, you get Netflix for 3 months for $1. I mean, then you forget about that shit and you realize you spent $800 on it. And you forgot you had it the last 4 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
mm,
mean, they always give you a cookie to get you in, but they're gonna whoop your ass eventually. They're gonna get your ass.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, Tay, I'm afraid to ask you. I'm a, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm afraid because I know you're gonna bot the fuck out. The motherfucker gonna be like,
What?
so what I did?
I'm gonna buy it out.
Diddly-doop,
Oh
diddly-doop.
my god. Is it
You know how a cheese trap works?
what?
You about to find out.
No, he's talking
You know
about
how a
he
cheese
gonna, he
trap
gonna get
works?
he gonna get
Oh
trapped.
yeah.
You wouldn't know
That
how.
cheese look good
You wouldn't know
till
how.
that fucking arm come down.
You wouldn't know how a hooker look.
Oh my god.
She thrusting that pussy in your face, and you sitting there going until you get a disease. You can't see what I did, Tay, but that's okay. Tay, what do you?
I'm not trying to.
um, what do you think about Microsoft shilling?
What do I think about Microsoft? What?
Shilling. Oh, he doesn't know what that word is.
You said chilling.
Shield, like a shield.
Oh,
but
shielding.
but
Oh,
no, not
shielding.
shield, but shielding. Like
I
chill,
mean,
like chill, but shield.
I mean, they ain't got no choice. They got to. They got to get that good PR going around so motherfuckers can get out of the mindset that they're always trash. So I mean, all these companies, Microsoft, Sony done paid motherfuckers. Nintendo done paid motherfuckers. Atari done paid motherfuckers. Even when they were still fucking, they was paying motherfuckers. So I
mhm.
mean, they all do it. It just comes when you're a big corporation like that. You ain't got no. You got to get rid of the bad PR and get some good in there. So I can't knock them.
I didn't say knock them. I'm saying the possibility.
Well, yeah, I mean all of them do it. So it's not a possibility. They do it. All of them do.
But I keep telling people, and nobody wants to fucking listen to me, yo. You keep seeing something in the media, and you're gonna not instantly, over time, that shit's gonna erode everything that you know, and you're gonna accept that shit. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, yo, especially Magnificent Black, yo. All this shit that you seeing, he'd be the first one to spread his butt cheeks.
Man, shut your mouth, man. Here, man. Fuck you, man.
I just want to make sure you was paying attention. I knew he was going to say something. He said butt cheeks.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
just
the fuck
listening.
up.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Make sure you were paying attention, man. Just catch this nigga.
Yeah, I'm on point. I'm on point for this last half, dog.
They gonna keep showing. You gonna keep watching that little Nas video, yo. You be like, I think that's.
Shit, I ain't watched it one time yet, bro.
You be like, I think
I'm
that's.
good.
But why? You afraid? You scared? You scared?
Ain't that I'm scared. I just control.
Scared,
I've been trying to control the bullshit media, bro.
He's scared.
That I take in.
He's scared
I ain't
because
scared.
yo, you know that
I'm
shit
just,
is affect. That
yeah,
shit.
that's all it is.
That shit will poison your mind, yo. I'm trying to tell you, yo. You be like, I think that's fine.
I mean, I watched one of his videos already. If he's gonna be on the same shit he was on before, I'm good.
No, this is on some next level shit.
Nah, I'm good. After that first one, because I liked the first track he came out with that he's known for. Like everybody did, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was cool.
That Old Town Road.
Yeah, that shit was cool, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he started going a little extra, dog. I was like, oh, I'm good now. After that second one, I'm like, I'm done.
He got that monster video right, and he. Well, wait, pause. I can't believe Demonic Deadbeat is still in here for 45 minutes.
He's just a bad troll, though. He's not even funny. Like, if it was funny, then he'd be a good troll, dog. You know what I'm
Yo, it's like, why are you even? Like, I'm not even mad at you. I mean, you add more attraction to my shit, though. That's okay. But you add, I guess. I was just wondering what you were doing.
Step it up, though. Step it up, Demonic, man. You doing it right, bro.
You gotta make it look believable and shit. Now,
man. You just throwing out random statements and shit.
You gotta make it cohesive. No, so here's the thing, right? I'm trying to tell you, if a corporation just continue, I didn't even know this. So apparently, you can get canceled. You can get canceled because the company is preemptively trying to cancel somebody because it's for the PR thing. So they can create people to make it look like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like they really care. How dare you say that about my company? They are good people. Microsoft is so good. They're so consumer friendly. What is Microsoft? I mean, what is Sony doing? What about game preservation? And them motherfuckers are getting paid the fuck off, especially that Paris ass nigga, yo. Yeah, that nigga.
Oh, Paris. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker flip back and forth, yo, depending on what the the media says about Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is a flip flop. But yeah, I honestly think that it's not even about Microsoft. I'm really disappointed in. Oh shit! Never mind. Oh, hold on. I'm really disappointed in. I'm really disappointed in people nowadays. To fall for anything that these companies are saying. I'm disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed in people really, really like falling in love with corporations. I'm so disappointed. And I'm including Sony in this shit too. That's fucking depressing. I mean, when Sony announced that they were going to put MLB onto other platforms, these people are talking about, I'm going to sell my PlayStation. How could you do this to me?
As they should. They felt betrayed and they should sell it.
Betrayed. They felt betrayed. I'm like, all right. Are these niggas serious? Or is this, what is this exactly? You know what I'm saying? People are like, Sony, you're going to have to really come out with a press release statement. For what? I don't owe you shit. You bought the console. I'm giving you games. What the fuck you mean?
Hey, they just put it on their Crap Gamers.
No,
Crap
these are
Gamer
no.
was like,
see, the thing about it is, at least Crap Gamer gets money off of it. He monetizes the frivolity. You know what I'm saying?
But none of his videos talk about whatever he fucking titled the video as.
That's cool, but he still gets monetized for it. To whatever degree, he gets some kind of bread for this shit. These fucking PlayStation fans are doing this shit out of the kindness of their fucking heart, man. I mean, I told people stop with the fucking narrative. I told y'all motherfuckers 2 years ago. Stop with the fucking narrative about exclusives. Y'all better drop that shit, cause I'm telling you, things could drop if things could change at the drop of a hat. Y'all better say that PlayStation games are good, and leave it at that. Don't talk about no exclusives.
I damn sure was telling the motherfuckers that. I was like, hey, never say never.
Never say never. Just like Magnificent Black. Magnificent Black said he'll never let somebody touch his booty cheeks.
Ever, nigga.
Never say never.
Ever.
Never
say
ever,
never.
Ever.
Yo, your wife is gonna be like this. Guess what happened? She be like,
she'll wait
I
till you. I thought you said nobody was gonna touch your cheeks.
She be like,
Shit, she don't even get to touch my cheeks, nigga. That's a sensitive area. Ain't nobody touching that motherfucker.
One of these days,
I don't give a fuck who you is.
she'll be like, I just seen some stuff on TV, and I just wanted to surprise you for your birthday.
Shit,
why you have to make that same voice?
You do that shit a little too well, bro. You gonna talk about your cross dressing, bro? You do that shit a little too good, bro.
She gonna come in there with a fucking dildo, a baby arm dildo, yo. She be like,
baby arm.
She be like this.
Test your prostate real quick.
She be like, I'm trying to see something real quick.
I gonna see another Florida man news. News at 11, Florida man. Yeah, but
she be like, I'm trying to see something real quick. She be like, don't tell nobody. You gonna be like, you got another Florida man. That shit made me buzz, and I'm pissed.
Air down here, bro.
And you in Florida too, yo. You in the epicenter, yo.
Yeah, that's in the air down here. That's in the water, bro. It's some crazy juice, dog.
I'm trying to tell you, yo. I'm gonna be going down there anyway, and they, yo. You know, I'm gonna be in Tampa.
You said you headed to Tampa?
Yeah, I'm going to Tampa. Yeah, I'm going straight to one of them new beaches.
Yeah, man, enjoy yourself, bro.
He's like, yo,
careful.
It's gonna be all
country out there. Stay in the city, man.
I've been to Tampa, yo. And he ain't gonna say nothing because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wear a mask on my penis. I'm trying not to get COVID. They be like, yo, what the fuck? I'm walking to the beach with a mask on.
There's an opening down there. I don't need it against COVID.
I heard it could come in the orifices. I ain't trying to have that shit blow. I ain't trying to have that shit blow into the hole. Get me sick. Get me sick and shit. No, but yeah, like these corporations are honestly, yo, these corporations is crazy, and all of them, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they all do these PR things, and I'm just, like I say, I'll say it again, I am disappointed in people. Like, I'm super disappointed, my dude. That depresses me. I thought people were smarter than that, but then, you know, people voted for Arnold Schwarzenegger to be, you know, fucking mayor or whatever the fuck he was.
Governor.
Yeah.
You know what
God, that's even worse. This was a governor, bro.
The motherfucker was like, I want the Terminator. That'd be cool. Then you hired an orange nigga, you know, for a president.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck were y'all thinking, yo? I was like, yo, is this?
He fought the Predator.
That motherfucker is an orange. And then you got Obama, yo. It's the fakest black dude I ever seen in my life, yo. That motherfucker he never had not nan struggle in his life. Well, first of all, let me just tell you, I'm here for the black people. Just to let you know that I went through the struggle myself. You know, me and Michelle, we were in Africa.
On vacation.
Because, you know, I mean, cause that's how we roll. You know, but just vote for me because I'm black. half black. I, I've never eaten chicken before. It's casserole. I don't know, man. This fucking dude.
It's so stupid.
I saw that nigga, yo. I was like, yo, that nigga ain't black. Your lips ain't black enough. And then I did that fly squint. I ain't no black nigga.
Like, I only tried weed once. So uncle pulled me over. I was like, I hit this.
You told me to hit it.
But I did.
And, I was too cool for school. But I had a couple white friends.
I only hit it once.
And
to
be honest, I don't actually hit the plant. The bong's what they say. Todd gave me a little bit of that. He told me to hit it. And next thing I know, I was president of the United States with Michelle. So maybe it was some wet. I'm not sure. Regardless of the matter, vote for my ass. I don't know. But the thing is, I look, the whole shit is a shit show, and people just fall for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Since we are coming to a close, we're gonna, for the next 15 minutes, if we could, talk about the shit that was on my mind. There's always some crazy shit on my mind. Always. I don't know if I told you guys this last week. I had no idea that women had so much power on the dating apps. I didn't know. I had no idea. Did I tell you about that?
You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Well,
I thought you were more intelligent than that.
No, we're not. See, it's not the normal. It's not the normal type of control.
It's $50 for you to send a message. Don't cost her shit.
No, we're not talking about that.
It's a link to their OnlyFans.
We're not talking about that. They have an algorithm that could tell if you're built or not. And if your shirt is off, it will instantly reject that picture. If it's the first picture, right? Not only that, but the age difference. You cannot select the age that you want, even though there's a slider there. Even though that there's a slider there, I could say I want just 21-year-olds. And the reason why is because there's a lot of women that were like, I feel like men, all they care about is just a younger woman that looks better than me. I just can't. Why do they not like my fat ass? I don't get it.
Why won't anyone hit this?
That's not fair. Yeah, I do have a couple of extra pounds. Bitch, that's not a couple. Couple hundred extra pounds is what you want to say. You are 378 pounds. That's not a few extra pounds, bitch. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But he's supposed to love me for me. I am beautiful and a queen inside.
From this angle.
Ain't no angle. That bitch is round. Any angle you look at that shit. There is no good angle for Earth. It's the same circle anywhere you look. So.
Grab the flower, throw her on, and try to find it.
You know what I'm saying? So, he finally gave up. Demonic deadbeat is tired. He's like, man, I'm out. So, but thanks for playing though. Anyway, I guess he thought I was gonna be affected by that shit. I don't give a fuck. I've been off that shit. No, but they were like, he's supposed to love me for me, my internals, everything. All my flaws and stretch marks, dry ass skin. He's supposed to love me. And if he loves me for me, then I'm gonna love a man that's only 6'4" in a bachelor's degree, and you make 6 figures. And I hope you have all your teeth. I hope you're fit too, but just fat enough to make me feel comfortable about myself. I'm like, all right.
Well, at least you've been paying attention.
So I've been peeping that shit, yo. I've been honestly peeping that. I was like, what the fuck? That was one thing that was.
You ain't lying.
You know what the funny thing is? I even created a profile, right? I created a profile and lied. My short ass, I'm 5'9", right? I said, you know what? If a bitch could put all these filters on their face, and then when I see her in person, that bitch has the fucking texture of the moon for her skin, then I could just say I'm 6'4". So I creep that shit up to 6'4" and see what happens. Hey, sweetie. Oh my god. Like, hi. I was like, word? Why you
Yes,
laughing? Lawrence is stupid.
Dang.
I hear Lawrence laughing.
They got that slimming filter. You walk up and you're like, "What happened to the chicken I'm supposed to meet, bitch? You eat her?"
No, but for real, that's what it was. They looked at me. They was like, "Oh my god, he's so tall. He's so cute. Like, did you see
A few
it?
extra pounds, bitch. You 450.
450 minimum."
You got 5 little bitches orbiting around you.
That's my friends.
You have a lift. You have a lift in your vehicle.
The bitch do the rock back and forth to get out of her car. Hold on for a minute. Hold on, it's almost there. This is so embarrassing. Jesus.
It's so stupid.
No, but you know, I don't know, man. I was even talking to, like, I did increase my height. I said I was 5'10", you know what I'm saying? Because just to see what they would do. I really don't give a fuck anyway, because my dick is like 5'11" anyway. But, that, you know, I lied about my height, and then I got a lot of people to come and say whatever. So it was a young chick. She comes in there, and she's like, she says her hellos and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, what's up, what's up? You know what's not attractive? Is a chick that can't pay her phone bill but have 2 children. I didn't know that was super unattractive. Like, I didn't think I cared until when you get older, you start caring about shit like that. I was like, this bitch said my phone got shut off. Hold on, let me go. And this bitch was like 27, by the way. She said my phone got turned off. Let me go to the Dunkin' Donuts. I'll be right back so I can get Wi-Fi.
You're gonna be supporting them kids yourself.
I said,
she need your ass.
I said, yeah, no.
She need that paycheck.
So that's not going to happen. I don't know. It's so fucked up. Just people in general are selfish. Like, going back to the gaming shit real quick, I noticed that people want shit for free and don't even think about the ramifications of that shit. You can't have shit for free. Everything falls apart. You can't. Gamepass, or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. You can't have shit for free. You know, you got to pay for something. And people are like, oh, why a game $70? Because you said that you don't want microtransactions in your game. Then that's what you said, right? You know?
And they still got microtransactions.
I'll pay $100.
You know?
They started charging me for Spider-Man suits and I'm telling them to get fucked.
Yo, so Tay, guess what?
Yeah.
They said. Guess what? Guess
What
what?
did they say this time?
Guess what Brexit said. This nigga said they should put Returnal free for PlayStation Plus because of the MLB fiasco.
Why?
Why indeed? I said, why though? I think honestly, what's gonna happen though. I think that what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna probably maybe not, but I am curious to see, or maybe they're just waiting for the fallout. Maybe it'd be a week after, and they'll put like MLB free on PS Plus for like a month. I think that's what PlayStation Plus is going to end up doing. They're only going to put it free for like 3 months and then it disappears. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what it will evolve into. And they may just repackage PlayStation Plus with PlayStation Now. Who said something?
I was gonna say, if they were gonna do more on PlayStation Now, why ain't they shoving it down our throat? I got 9 text messages from Xbox today. Fucking Gamepass.
Because PlayStation Now has been out for years upon years upon years upon years, right?
Yeah, but they never shoved it down my throat.
Right, because it was never a priority.
I didn't get hourly fucking reminders about it.
The reason why,
I don't get any Game Pass message.
Check your email. Don't give them your phone number.
Well, the thing
or don't get the app.
The thing is, right, is they're not going to do it.
I get stuff a lot.
They're not going to do it because they want it's designed, right, to how can I put it? It's designed to just be there, so they don't have to build everything the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? If it does ever take off, the whole streaming and shit. So it's just there to occupy space and not have a crazy budget. That's what it's designed to do.
I think the way they're paid on there, other than they're doing some games to exit now, uh, publishers are paid by how much the game's played in.
I would
And
love
No,
to.
now,
it depends on how the developer wants paid. Some could get it. It depends on how they want to get played when the game pass.
No, I'm talking about now, because most of the shit never leaves.
That's what, it's still up. They can either get a lump sum up front, or they can go by how many hours played, or
No,
they can
Umar.
go.
No, Umar. You wanted Abby
Yeah.
shoved down your throat, though.
But I don't
No,
know
I'm
how much.
playing- I'm playing,
There's
I'm
like
playing, I'm
900
playing.
games that they is in there forever.
Huh?
I don't know how that would. They got all those. A lot of them are AAA developers that the shit's in there forever.
Well, we don't know about forever,
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
but they.
It's been there for 7 years.
Yeah, but I think most of it. I think people don't understand that they need to have. They have to have like the company needs to exist, which is why the backwards compatibility thing is a difficult thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that like you can't have like who you're gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? If the company goes under, and there's a lot of companies that went under, so they can't pay them anymore. You know what I mean? They're not gonna track whoever, all this other crazy shit, and that's just for the backwards compatibility and rights. Since those big companies still exist, maybe they can keep them on the servers for as long. Whatever agreement that they made, it is interesting to see exactly what is going on. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Can y'all hear me well? Was I low this week?
No, you good.
All right, just making sure. As I did turn it down in Discord.
Well, you good in here. I don't know about on.
Well, Streamlabs has been pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's heavy as shit though for the computer, but it's been doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been doing really really well. I definitely like it. I'll put it that way. But how about this shit with Thrash though? I want to actually ask you guys this: these journalists, since we're just talking, right? Claiming that they play games and just letting their games just sit there for like hours.
Oh, I told you what the Days Gone reviews, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
I listened to like all the major in my old work. I used to work weekends and nobody's there, and I listened to headphones all day. And I listened to all like 19 reviews on Days Gone, and at least they admitted it though. Every reviewer played the game between 10 and 20 hours. That's it.
Oh well, we knew
No.
that they didn't want to finish the game, but it was funny that
That's not even fucking starting that game. You ain't been nowhere done nothing yet.
But you know what? That game, nobody cared about that game being a slow burn, but they sure as hell cared. They didn't like. People cared about the game being a slow burn, but they didn't care about.
Well,
fucking
how
Red
can you
Dead
have a slow
Redemption.
burn if you didn't like the motherfucker?
I know, but Red Dead Redemption was boring as fuck, man. I felt like the beginning of the game was 15 hours, and I'm like, dog, this game is not that good. Like, how far up your own ass are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, I'm like, man, this shit is fucking whack. Like, honest to God. You know?
Yeah, the first couple hours was.
And then when you played it, like the controls were fighting with me the whole fucking way, man. I should not need to use the dead eye. It was a necessity to use dead eye. You know, that shit was out of control, man. And I wasn't happy about that shit. So we started at 8, 9. Okay, cool. Why is it showing me that we've been running? Oh, I know why. We started like 10 minutes before. I get it.
Umar's the only one that likes us.
Who?
Umar's the only one that likes us.
No, Umar's been good, man. He be on these podcasts.
No, he's the only one on here though. I said he's the only one who loves us.
Well, there's 5 people in here, so I don't know
Oh.
who else has been spying on me. It's probably fucking Neil Druckmann and his fucking soccer accounts. Yo, did y'all
Probably
hear?
Phil Spencer like, quit telling them the plan.
Shut up! Yo, so
The crap's not ready to release yet.
Say the
Nah,
Last of Us one more goddamn time. Say it again.
say it again.
Nah,
That's what my grandma was like. Yo, she's the man. That lady was rough. Bust me.
there's nothing wrong with having Game Pass and liking it and stuff like that. But the honeymoon's gonna be over at some point. You know what I mean? And if you're really vested in that, you can't take that shit with you.
No, there's a huge problem with Game Pass. Like you can't. The model. It's not even just the model. It's not. Game Pass, right? Is a big issue. With it will devalue a game for sure. It makes the budget smaller. It makes the game smaller. You know what I'm saying? Because you only have a certain amount of budget to work with, unless you want to bleed money. So just plain and simply put, you can't do it. Before we get off the air, Magnificent Black, yo, you still there? Or you still trying the server, yo? I thought we were gonna play Ghost of Tsushima, man.
Yeah, man, I'm here, bro.
Nah, we ain't gonna play Ghost of
Looking on
Tsushima
some
already.
buffalo wings and shit. Know what I mean?
I knew there was somebody sucking on some damn bones.
I was on mute. I was on mute the whole time.
Oh, I heard that.
He's
shit.
scared. He's scared to play Ghost. We were talking about this last week. When you don't play that game for a while and you hop back on, you're fucking retarded at the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ass. I'm gonna.
No,
Yeah,
Last
I
time I played it, my parries were off.
Let
That was
me
goddamn.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Wait. Have you ever played it on PS5?
Yeah, I played it on PS5 like in the very beginning, but even then I was already rusty. That's the last time I
Yeah,
played
you
it.
set that down for a month and you're all you can't remember
Yeah.
the buttons and the fucking timing and shit. You get fucked up.
Oh, okay.
I was the shit when I played the game and I was playing the multiplayer when it first came out. I was the shit, but then I don't know. I took a little break. It was a wrap, bro. I ain't no buttons or nothing, bro.
Yeah, no.
If you still want to play the, your what do you call it, the Outrider, that's cool. We can play a different time.
You really do develop a finesse in that game that you lose very quickly.
So let me see here.
Hold on, say that again. You were talking about
You-
Outriders?
No, I was talking about Ghost.
Oh, okay.
So Umar says this.
Like the timing it, you yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Umar said this. He says, microtransactions. Okay, so he wants to know about plans about the VR. So I don't want to get too hyped about that shit because I'm still thinking about, I'm hyped, but I don't want to get hype right now. Like I keep my expectations kind of low. We have another question.
I bet it's gonna be $500 come out.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah,
because he's talking about like they match the PS5's price basically. Let me see. I don't want them to shove. Okay, so he says, do you think we should every other see another handheld from Sony? I heard about they're making another phone that's like the Xperia Play, But I want
Unless
them.
they do it like the Asus ROG phone.
I want them to do this, right? This is what I want them to do. Whatever. Oh God, help me. Let me think here. Whatever indie game comes out, that indie game's engine needs to be scalable, right? And the handheld that they have needs to be like fucking $100. $100.
What do you mean?
The price for the
Like
handheld should be
the handheld.
The handheld itself should be $99.99. It should be a lot like the Kindle Fire, but just only for handhelds.
Why?
Huh?
Why though?
You mean why?
Well, that bitch got like an OLED screen.
Nobody wants OLED screens on a fucking handheld. They tried that before.
Yeah, they do.
They tried that before.
That's when Nintendo do.
Maybe.
They pro.
Maybe. I don't think that was guaranteed news. But no one, I mean, Nintendo has to do something because again, now the novelty for a handheld system is wearing off. I believe if they release another handheld, it's gonna eat into the fucking cells of the Switch, and that's why they're afraid to like release another one. If I may say so, that's what I believe.
Switch 2, or just like a Pro,
The Switch
or
Two, a
just a
Switch
Switch?
Two, or a Pro,
Wow.
either or. Like if they make we talked about this last week. They would need to make a Switch 2, not a Pro, but a Switch 2. It needs to be a full-on successor. But then how do you make it lucrative? Because now the idea is out there that you have a hybrid system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now,
Compatibility.
say again. Who said that?
Backwards compatibility is if you can play all the Switch games and you in there.
No, it ain't about that though. But you have a piece of hardware that you're not using anymore. That's the thing. It's having extra shit that you
They can
don't
still
need.
make games on the Switch. They have the rollout plan just like PlayStation's on,
Then they have to
where they
have.
still making games for
Then
PlayStation 4.
their games need to
No,
be.
they plan gonna be just like they did with the 3DS and the Switch.
Yeah, because
Like,
then
oh, this is not a successor to the Switch, and then all of a sudden everything get ported over to the new Switch.
they saw the numbers.
That's
They saw
exactly
the
how
Yeah.
Nintendo do.
they saw
Yeah,
the
they made the money.
they saw the
Double
number they
dipping,
saw the number drop
for sure.
and they were like but honestly like I
Yeah.
feel like even if though the Switch is so primitive graphically, that's the problem. Yeah, $100 is damn cheap. It is. It's very cheap.
I don't know. Their games look a lot better than
I know,
Xbox's.
I know, I know. No more than 200 should be.
But
No more than.
they already did that number too. It had to be 150, 100 to 150. They did that number and it didn't do anything. See the problem with the Switch, not the Switch, but the Vita, and it's the games that's on there. And now they had two consoles and they see what people like. See the thing is people don't want to admit this shit though. Each console caters to a certain demographic. The Xbox consoles caters to racist people. The no play.
Yeah, this motherfucker's stupid.
You
Just because
laughing,
you
but
special ed, just
you
because you're
serious
special
at
ed
the
doesn't
same
mean you're
time.
you're racist.
I know low key, low key,
he low key. It was some truth to that shit, but it's not. It's not a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? It's some gray
Yeah,
in there.
it's
But
a
it's
special
definitely
ed
some truth in
thing.
there. Yeah, for sure.
The Switch caters to the females, women. I guarantee you a lot of Nintendo fans and women. I guarantee you it does that. PlayStation a demographic caters to the teenage
Girly man.
the teenage to
Girly man.
girly man. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know. SJW. That's what it caters to.
There you go.
So he said, "Here we go."
And you got to diss all of them, so you can have inclusion. I mean,
They should do inclusion in the opposite way. Instead of trying to cater to everybody, they should diss everybody. They should just
yeah,
diss
it's just everybody, bro.
everybody.
Like
Oh
South Park.
shit! Hold up, I'm gonna
Everybody
send
get
you.
it, bro.
I'm gonna send you something that I seen in Z's Facebook group. Hold on, send it to you on.
All right, man. That's what I think they should do low key. I think they should do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they should low key like be like fuck you and your mammy.
Nah, I'm really curious to see what happens though when they start having games of their own and they do have big games. What they're gonna do? Xbox.
Look at that shit, Josh. I just said it to you.
We already know. Where'd you send it at?
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Oh, I was wondering. I didn't get no message though. Watch out, oh, it's all late. Let me brighten it up. Hold on. The only L Microsoft has taken this gen is not having a launch exclusive, but the PlayStation 5 has been taking L after L since even before the launch of the 9.8 teraflops. No 1440p hassle to upgrade storage. No RDNA 2, $70 next generation game. We believe in generations. Low SSD space, no smart delivery, no browser destruction. L stars. Oh, it's cute. Checkerboard 4K, no VRR, inferior engineering, etc. At this rate, the only way Sony can survive. When was this done?
That was done today. I seen that today in Z's Facebook group.
This nigga fucking suffer from brain damage.
These are the same people. These Xbox dudes. Like I tried to explain to one of them what a publisher today was. It was
right
fucking
there,
no idea.
But that dude right there, He's full-blown PlayStation dude.
For real?
He
Niggas is
always
mad.
He's always trolling. He's always trolling motherfucking
Oh,
Xbox
I
and that
thought that
Facebook
I
group.
thought that was low. I thought that was a real thing. That's what they say. I was about to say this nigga
With
was.
that,
I was about to say this nigga was sucking on mercury pops and shit.
Oh, that reminds me. You know the biggest reason they want full RDNA and all that shit, dude? When Game Pass fails, they can trans everybody into the fucking Microsoft store on PC.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have contingencies plans on top of contingencies. They're not throwing all this money around for no reason. Which they're looking to be a publisher. So if all of this shit fails, they could just keep. They could
they
just be a
already
publisher.
are.
If you can't give this shit
Didn't
away,
they
how
have
you
a
gonna charge
statement?
for it?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have a statement that they were one of the
Right.
biggest publishers back in the last year or the year before that?
That's what I'm saying though. People ain't listening. They're not listening, and it's going to bite them in the ass. Like again, Game Pass. You only have a certain budget. The Game Pass budget for the year, right? Let's say that if they can make, how much did they say that you can make in 1 year? I mean, 1 month for Game Pass.
I don't know. They probably don't
Let's
have
say
anybody paying for it.
wait. Let's say 30 million people, right? 30
They got
million
my
people
dollar.
times what is it? Let's say at the very best $15, right?
I think they had like 20 million mistaken.
So that is $500 million each month, right? So let's see how much that
That
shit
was
is.
almost the same. It was almost a fucking number.
So I
How
can't
many
keep looking
active
up.
users are there
Say it
though?
again.
How many people are they never tell us you real numbers. 18 million people have tried it. How many people pay? How many were a week trial? Fucking, we don't know.
So here's the
I
thing,
mean,
right?
if you pay
Five.
a dollar,
Wait, here's the thing. Almost it's
If you
five.
tried a week trial for free, you count.
It's five. I know it
yeah,
is true. It's
but
five and a
you get
half
that
billion
once.
dollars, right? It's $5.5 billion, right?
Yeah,
That's
A year?
That's a year, which is not really a lot to be honest with you. And that's at
that's
30
at
million.
30. That's at 30 million, right?
That's at 30 million. At best case scenario, everybody's paying $15, but you know that's not the case, right?
That's for if they got Ultimate, yeah. Because some people got Ultimate. I know the PC, and then you got some that got Ultimate on fucking Xbox.
Yeah, so, a lot of them, half of them,
So
or more, they're only getting 10.
if they make 20 games, right? They can make 20 games that are like God of War status. About 20 games, right? Same length and everything like that, but they only have so many studios, and the studios are only so big, and that will cannibalize. Like they could, right? But there's still overhead, right? There's still overhead with the studios, right? There's still overhead with deals that they're doing with other people. You know, there's still expenses to do. Like that's raw revenue. So at the very least, they'd be able to just do, if they wanted to, 10 AAA games. Let's say if the revenue was half, right? Like if the operating expenses ate half of the shit, then they would be able to make 10 AAA titles in a year, right? But the problem here is that there's no profit. You just can make the game, and that's it. So you break even if everybody plays the 10 games. So you got to do something to make an actual profit, which will mean Hold on, what'd you say again?
They'll never make a AAA game. It's not fucking.
I know, but my argument still stands. My whole situation is this: if they make 10 of them, they wouldn't have to load it up with microtransactions. But here's the thing, though. Looking at it at the very rudimentary level, right? At the very rudimentary level, if they have enough money to make fucking 5 AAA titles with the amount of money that they make, what the fuck? Where's the games?
I thought they were gonna have a lot at launch because taking a whole generation, I thought they were gonna come out firing.
They came out in even if you started in 2018, after you start purchasing all this shit, where the fuck are the games?
Being made.
Being made.
Yeah.
So that's 3 years from
Scorn
now.
started in 2014. Where the fuck's that at?
That's what
What?
makes that's
Scorn.
Scorn.
That's been in development since 2014.
That's what makes me think
Yeah,
that's some.
it's
That's what makes
still
me.
in early access on PC though, right?
It shouldn't
Because
be.
it
I
was,
don't
But
it
think
was
you
on
can
that's the
access
PC.
thing.
it
That's the
everywhere.
thing. It shouldn't be no early access. Period. Point blank. You have enough money to make a full-on title, and you're refusing
No,
to.
what I'm saying is that game was already in development, or it was on Xbox. It was on PC first in early access. Steam.
They said
That's
that.
not one
I
of
don't
their
know.
studios. That's not one of their studios' games.
That's what I'm saying. I get it, but I'm talking about brand new titles. You purchase all these people. They were already making games. What about the brand new games? Not even what the games that they were making. Where are they? You feel me?
Yeah.
It's foolish.
Sure.
Anyway, we let this
It
shit.
shows CGI trailers.
That's what I'm saying. All you can show is CGI trailers after 4 years. So no.
You act like Insomniac put out is going to put out 3 games before they put out one.
Even if
All their
even
16
even
studios.
even if you didn't
I
like
mean,
even if you
can
didn't
you
like
really
this,
call? Can you really call?
Miles Morales.
Yeah. Can you really call that a full game?
They have
If my Xbox games count, then yeah.
no.
You
See,
basically
so
playing in the same city. You basically playing in the same city.
but the animation,
You
I'm gonna
gotta
tell you,
do-
the animations
I
are
mean,
exponentially
they ain't
better.
really
though.
have. They ain't really have much to do when it comes to Miles Morales. Yeah, that's basically a DLC.
This is true. That's why people wasn't mad when the gameplay was almost identical to the first game. Now they had to create a new
Yeah,
story, though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The-
I mean, yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, that's where most of their time
and
went.
then the whole new animation systems for the shit. Now I'm not even talking about graphic enhancements. That's barely anything budget wise.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So when you,
Yeah, but they
Well,
didn't have to
I found
rebuild. They didn't have to rebuild the city because it's still fucking New York.
I don't know. People bitch about that, but it's the same price as the medium, where you can't even fucking open a door. You're on a fucking straight line the whole goddamn time.
everybody, I like when people were showing me the medium and shit like
Fucking
that.
you crazy?
I like when people were showing me the medium. I was like, that
Dude,
shit
you
don't
can't
look
even
good.
explore, dude. You are on a fucking go this way. The whole like you can't even check a goddamn room out.
Man, I was like, fuck.
I don't
Man,
mind
this is-
linear games, but Resident Evil 1, you could at least explore the goddamn mansion.
I was like, man, this shit is ass. You know, you can't even like make this shit up. But my point still stands. If they make $5 billion a year from Gamepass, right? They have the potential without you taking overhead costs to make 20
Trader
fucking
Joe's?
huh?
My bad. I was talking to the Apple.
That's what I said, Umar. 7 years. It was 2014. That was supposed to be out in January. I haven't heard shit about it.
But here's the thing: you have if you use the raw fucking money without any type of overhead, they have the potential to make 20 fucking AAA full-on titles. You divide 5 billion by 20, and you'll get like the almost $300 million. That's advertising and everything. And they've been doing this shit for the last, and they're a $1 trillion company. They've been doing this shit for the last 4 years, and you haven't really made anything like AAA. You can't count Gears because it was already in process before they started making this shit before Game Pass. So it's like, where are the games at? Even if you did half of that, 5 fucking AAA titles, and the rest was your profit, you still won't even do that shit. It's just crazy. It's insane. But I will say this before we part ways, right? People that think that Returnal is not going to do well are fucking sleep. Sleep.
It's not gonna make a lot of money because the user base is so
no,
small.
no.
No, it's not.
I think
No,
it's
it
gonna.
definitely
I think
will.
it. No. Hold on.
Nigga, fix your shit.
Right. You gotta think what type of genre this is. But it's gonna sell well. That much is. But selling well and motherfuckers actually completing that fucking game is gonna. Motherfuckers gonna buy it thinking that, like, oh man, this is one of those fucking action adventure games, and not realizing that it's a roguelike game, and they're gonna So
No,
that's true.
I think this world. I think that this generation. I think that gamers at the moment need something different from the heavy fucking story-driven games and multiplayer. I think this is what the doctor ordered for sure.
But I think this is. I still think this has a very. I think it will have a deep story in it. Just by
No,
it being
no,
a
I'm talking
roguelike
about.
game.
I'm talking about walking and the walking simulation part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's not fucking.
You know, because I
It's
hated
not
that shit.
Death
I hated that.
Stranding.
I hated that. No, no, shut your ass up. I
God damn
hated
it, Tay.
that. I hate
A
it. I
whole lot
hate
of
it.
open world and backpacking across America.
At least you moved. When I played like the Uncharted series or if I played Miles Morales, I hated walking. I don't give a fuck about your apartment, Miles. Get the fuck out the window so I can web sling. I don't care about these fucking vinyls. I don't care. Oh wow, Genki. Genki did this. He gave me this for my birthday. I remember this. Genki is so cool. Shut your ass up and start web
Hey,
slinging.
Spider-Man 1 was worse, bruh. 'Cause
They all
they definitely had an improvement from Spider-Man 1,
and
bruh.
the
Because that
shitty
shit,
fucking puzzles. I
that
mean, I
Mary
like
Jane shit was trash, bruh.
yo
that
the what? What's
I
trash?
hated doing the Mary Jane shit. That sneak around shit with Mary Jane, bro. I hated that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
that shit was not
Yeah.
good. That shit was not good. But here's the thing, Insomniac never really done anything like that, so it's gonna get
Yeah,
God damn it,
better.
I can't hear nothing. What's going on?
nah, it's definitely an improvement. Miles Morales,
What happened?
but oh, you went out.
Nelson.
I don't know. It's better. My first game for PS3 was a Spider-Man game, and it sucked.
Which one was
Oh,
it?
yeah, that's because Atomic didn't make it.
Spider-Man 3, I got what was it? Ridge Racer
Uh,
7 and Resistance, I think.
Resistance was ass though.
It was like Spider-Man
Yeah,
3 or something.
Resistance was so ass.
Shattered Dimensions was the best one back in those
Low
days.
key,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it came out when the PS3 first came out. It was like that Ridge Racer and
I
Resistance.
just didn't like the art style. That's what fucked it up for me. But you know what though?
For Shattered Dimensions?
Mm-hmm. You didn't like it.
Oh man, the fucking Nowhere Spider-Man, that was the best.
The gameplay wise, it was on
out of
point.
fucking
But
nowhere.
the art style irritated me. But you know what pissed me off about Insomniac, yo? Is the fucking the Resistance game. That shit was boring as fuck and ugly. That was an ugly game. I was like, the graphics are shitty.
Yeah.
But I get it. They were talking about the cell processor had to process the goop that the aliens was shitting out or whatever the case is. I was like, this shit is so ugly. But then they stepped up the shit, yo. They had a 60-player multiplayer match, and 8-player co-op. Man, that shit was fucking
There's
crazy.
that motherfucker. Spider-Man 3, yeah. Piece of shit.
The movie Spider-Man 3? Spider-Man 3 movie.
I like Spider-Man 3 the movie, yo. I like that. I like that shit.
They had one that was cell
Keep killing
shaded on the
Signal.
PS2 that was pretty damn good. It had
the anorexic fucking Venom.
Oh, you talking
I
about
never
the
seen
movie? Listen, the storyline was good, yo. You would never get no storyline like that with Disney. Disney is. I knew they were going to neuter the shit out of all the fucking characters, man. Yo, Tony Stark was a straight whore and a womanizer in the first game.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
the first
sure.
movie. And that was his personality. That was you were like, damn, he's a dick, but he was one of those people that you love to hate. You know what I'm saying? And it worked.
Yeah.
As soon as Disney creeped in, he lost all his charisma, yo, all of it.
He became a family man.
He became a family man.
And he died.
Not in the comics.
Spoilers,
He
bitch.
still was
Boy.
in the comics.
Boy.
In the comics, he was still a womanizer.
Yeah, that's facts.
That motherfucker. Spider-Man was awful, yo, but he had that symbiote on him, yo. The motherfucker was trying to kill Rhino, yo. He was like, bitch, you got me fucked up, yo. You see this black ass suit, yo? I'm a straight hood ass nigga, yo.
I was like, you should have stopped. Like, nah, nigga.
Nah. He was like,
nah.
He was like, you won't do that. He was, who told you that? You got me all the way fucked up. Now I'm about to break this horn off your fucking nose and shove it up your ass. That's what I'm going to do, yo. The motherfucker's losing.
You thought it was. I'm Black Spider-Man,
He's
motherfucker.
like, I'm the black
A
one.
lot
You got
different,
me
man.
fucked up. He
You
was
know
like,
what I'm saying?
you changed, Spider-Man. What happened? Why would you do it? No. Motherfucker was fucked up.
Hey, Josh, you
man.
see what I was talking about, bro? Like everything that's surrounded around black got like a negative connotation to it, dog. It's like, like even as soon as Spider-Man puts on black, now he's a fucking badass, dog. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking evil and shit.
Well,
And he was asking me what's behind my name. I was like, I'm just trying to go against the grain, dog. So anything that comes to black, dog, it's like it's negative, except for in Japanese culture. I think they got like a
no, don't give them no fucking pass, man. Making my lip look like a fucking donut. I'm not even happy about that shit.
No. During funerals they wear all white. That's just like one exception I've seen. They wear white during funerals.
I'm not even offended by them making black people look like that. Yo, I'm not offended because that's how they perceive it, and they have to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? If they're xenophobic and they're kind of just trying to stick their toe into the different races and shit like that, fine. I just don't like the fact that they glorify white people because all their characters in anime, most of them are white. Most of them are. And why do I say they're white? They have blonde hair and blue eyes. That is a Caucasian trait. I don't know why they have an infatuation with the blonde hair, blue eye, big eyes type situation. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. People don't know that Japanese.
Well, then technically they're Nazis. Or the master race or whatever the fuck.
Oh, Aryan race. That's what it's the Aryan race.
Oh man, they PC gamers. Oh Jesus.
Who? Oh, you stupid. I didn't even realize you said that shit, Umar. Yeah, I think Returnal's going to sell well.
I think Return will sell well too. I'm just saying. A 20% attachment rate's still only 1 million copies.
Who said 20% attachment rate though? I think it's going to be.
I'm just saying that's fucking high as fuck. I hope
it was like that with the PS4. The attachment rate was high as hell. It was high as hell for the first couple of years of PS4. It is high normally. I think it's going to sell 3 million in a month, and that's going to be the most successful game that they've ever made. And then Sony's going to buy them. They're going to get that tap on the shoulder, just like they did with Insomniac. Insomniac made that Spider-Man. They knocked on the door.
Yeah, but that's PS4. That's different. You got 112 million.
There was not 112 million users when when Spider-Man 1 came out, or the Spider-Man PS4 came out. It was not 112 million when Horizon Zero Dawn, came out. The same thing happened with Horizon Zero Dawn. When Guerrilla Games made that fucking game and they took a chance on them, they got a knock. Walk this way. And they fucking gave them. Apparently he's CEO now. One of the CEOs, fucking Herman Holtz, little racist bitch. But yeah, he's CEO.
He racist.
I don't give a fuck, yo. He knew I played that game for $1,000, yo. He can't even say hi on Twitter, yo. Fuck you.
Yo, Herman Holtz, the whole crew none of them say shit, dog.
They don't say shit. They was like Patch. They was like Walt.
What?
Why you got a British accent? Oi. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to do like 3 million in a month. I think people are so they want to play something different. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be the claim to fame. And Sony spaces these shits out perfectly. I think when Returnal comes out, well, they're probably going to have like a state of play.
Who's developer for Returnal?
Housemarque.
Who?
Housemarque.
The guys that did Resogun.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna buy them.
Why not?
Resogun, Pixel, Junk Shooter, Dead Nation.
I don't think. I just don't have that feeling that that's the company that.
I think they will. I think they will. I think they'll buy them, and I think they're going to probably.
They will diversify their portfolio because right now they don't have anything like that. They got all the walking simulators, like you said.
Well, I mean,
I think that'd be smart.
It's just like Bluehole.
What Bluehole? What?
You said Blue Point.
What's that fucking Blue Point?
Nigga said blue cut.
Keep getting those two
It sounds
fucking
like a
gaming
low key
companies
shot,
fucking
like blue
names.
hole.
But that's
I thought you were throwing a
another
shot.
fucking damn too. That's a damn too. But Blue
Yeah.
Point, I don't think they're gonna buy Blue Point because Blue Point is only known for fucking remaster.
The only way they're gonna buy Blue Point.
Fucking game.
The only way they're gonna buy Blue Point is if they are a dedicated fucking remastering studio, and that's it.
They are dedicated. They haven't made anything else besides fucking remaster.
When they want to, though.
They might buy them. They might buy them, bro. You know they like to cultivate their
when they
studios,
come
bro.
out with
They
their
work
own
with them
game,
for a long time before they
the
purchase
only
them.
way I can see them buying
Insomniac wasn't going to get purchased.
The only way I can see them buying Blue Point is if they come out with their own game and it sells just as good as their fucking.
Well, Housemarque is the same prerequisite. Fucking if this fucking Returnal does big and diversifies exactly what they're looking for, because Sony is in the house of cinematic experiences, whether it's walking simulator or not. You know, whatever a cinematic experience is exactly what it is. So,
all right, question. While we talking about this, bruh, when these games trailers show up, or even when you boot up GM Souls, bruh, you see PlayStation Studios is the banner that shows up. It could be that they already bought these studios, or they're working on acquiring them. It could already be in the works. Because why would that banner show up if it's not a PlayStation Studio game?
They said that They said that banner would show up if it's first or second party.
Right, but like PlayStation Studios, I mean, I know it's just a name, but like,
no, but
I don't know,
they said that if it's first party or second party, it will show up because they're putting money into it, and because they have to basically, now I wouldn't say manage it, but they put the money and they have to look at the but they have to look at the quality. And if it has a seal, it's kind of like Nintendo's seal of approval or seal of quality.
Right. I remember to say that. You're right. Yeah.
But I think if they need, God of War is definitely a hack and slash. Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely like a fucking Western RPG. Uncharted is definitely a action adventure, and The Last of Us is a survival horror. But they have that same DNA vibe where it looks like a walking simulator. Even though they're completely different, people are still they think it's synonymous with one of those things.
That's because they all third person. Because they all in third person. They think Sony's only good at third person.
They need to start putting their shit out there for first person. You know what I'm saying? And not compete with because now. What the fuck? What are they again? Battlefield ruined their reputation when they got woke and fuck with WW1, I believe, and act like it was a fucking, a legless a one-legged woman with a sniper rifle and a blade hand or some crazy shit, and they said that we want to rewrite history. When they got woke and they fucked up themselves, this now is the time for Sony to slip in there. And they could kind of solidify their first person prowess. It'd be interesting to see what they can do. Now it's just. What do you say?
That have to be a far departure from Killzone Shadowfall, because that's like their last first person shooter, right?
They only did that. They only did that shit. Yeah, they only did that shit because they were like, because the thing is, they did Shadowfall because they had the statistics and they saw that most people didn't even bother with the story. They went to multiplayer. Right. So that's why the story in Shadowfall wasn't as good, or nowhere near as good. Or just the campaign in general was nowhere near as good. They focused on the multiplayer. And then what they realized is that because they kept listening to the people, there was no aim assist in Shadowfall. And as a catalyst for the no aim assist, they had these machines that do the shooting for you, which made the game completely imbalanced, and it turned people off altogether. It's a futuristic shit, turned people off. They had 60 frames per second and everything. People was like, this shit isn't fun because it's so unbalanced. All people were gonna do is sit like 4 turrets and just shred people. You know what I'm saying? I was big. I was one of them. You a bitch.
That was my shit, bro. I love that class. What was that class called again? Damn, I forgot the name. It's been a while, bro.
What is wrong with Discord?
What happened?
Is it still? It's choppy as a button.
I don't know. Black, you in here?
It was choppy a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah,
but
I'm
it's
here.
good
Can
now.
you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. Well, you
All
always
right.
choppy, yo. It's more choppy than normal.
Oh,
That
me
shit.
today?
No, I'm talking to Tay, man. That shit hard to hear you
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of times. I'm like, damn, what
Yeah,
the
the whole thing
Might be
going
my
down.
mic. It might be my mic. I gotta get a new
that
headset.
shit ain't no damn mic, nigga. That shit is your connection.
No, my connection is good because
I
I
don't
checked
get
it
yo.
when he said something.
I don't care if that shit said it was yo. I'm talking about your cellular connection is fucked. Do a speed
Oh
test.
no, I
Do
got
a
full
speed.
bars,
Do a
nigga. I
speed
got
test.
full bars,
Do a
nigga.
speed test.
Full,
Do a barrel roll.
full,
Do a barrel roll. Oh shit.
full bars,
do
nigga.
a speed.
Full bars.
Do a speed test then. Second, he do a
I ain't
speed.
even on no. I can't do a speed test now. I'm driving.
That's what it is. He going in and out of traffic and shit. That shit is unstable. Like,
95. I can't bars now.
I don't know. You gotta get who's your cell phone provider, my dude?
Huh?
Who's your cell phone? See, you can't even hear me. Who's your cell phone provider?
Verizon.
Mm. I know not to sell that shit. You're talking about something that's the latest and greatest, man. Then it's your phone busted. I bet you this nigga have a Galaxy 3, yo.
Get it right.
Well, see, you need to
Note
hear.
10 plus. The
Nope.
Note 10
You need
plus.
to give that shit right back to fucking Samsung, yo. They've lied to you.
Samsung is you iPhone niggas that's fucked up.
Nah, I ain't got no iPhone. I don't fuck with no damn iPhone.
Stop
But
lying, nigga. I seen that shit the other day.
this shit is a Sony. This shit is a Sony Xperia. You know I'm an all
Oh,
Sony.
you should throw that shit away expediently.
Look,
What is
look,
you doing?
look how sexy this shit is. That
Sony
shit.
has never made a good cell phone.
You
Nigga, stop.
you crazy as shit, man.
Hey, that last one was looking kind of dope. I wanted that shit.
Sony, you got a Sony cell phone? What is it from, like 2006?
No, that shit was last year.
When they stopped making cell phones?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, they don't
Stop,
sell.
stop
Their cell
lying.
phones
You
just don't
gotta,
sell well. They be
they
making
stop.
okay phones. They be
They
expensive as
stopped
fuck
selling
though.
that. They stopped selling that motherfucker that he got 8 years ago.
Stop it.
Nah, they made one recently, like last
He
year.
knows.
All
Yeah,
their
Yeah.
shit's expensive as
just
fuck.
one
Which
phone.
No,
I
That
don't
shit is a
I don't
display.
Yeah,
mind for TVs.
they had like two. I think they had like
Sony's
two phones. Two phones. Well, the year before that they had two.
Yo, no,
That motherfucker bought
this
a
phone.
display.
Sony's TVs last forever. They cost a lot, but with a TV, I ain't worried about it because every couple of years I upgrade anyways.
That shit
Yeah.
sucks though, man. I want to upgrade. Like this TV, I fixed the Gamma
I don't need a
settings.
TV to last 20 years
I
no
was
more.
like, yo, it's the settings is where it's at. I should.
My wife won't let me upgrade the living room TV, man.
Man, you better tell her
I've
who's
been
boss,
trying
yo.
to upgrade. I've been trying to upgrade.
Yeah, you better tell her who's boss, yo. You be like, I'll run this shit. Do what the fuck I want.
She was like, nah, it still works. It still works perfectly fine.
Yo, she gonna tell
Like,
it. Yo, he gonna
get
be
your goddamn.
he gonna be in a perpetual 10-minute. Yo, every time we want to fucking
God
have
damn.
sex.
I'm gonna have to. I'm getting a headache from this.
For what? What is happening?
No, I love talking to Tay, but it's hurting my
Oh,
head.
him botting, right?
It's getting confused, dude. Like, am I still alive?
Yeah, we still live. But he's
I don't know what
hard.
he said.
We
Was
still
that?
alive.
Yeah, we're still live. He is botting crazy.
Damn,
Though.
you got.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, well, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. We've been done for like a half an hour.
Dude.
Yeah.